Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
On this week's show, we're talking about the holidays at Universal Studios Hollywood. You're listening to episode 123 of the Theme Park Duo podcast.
Prepare yourselves for an unforgettable encounter.
Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Duo podcast. Grab your park map, Chiro, and hop in line with us as we take you on a coast-to-coast adventure through the world of theme parks, haunts, conventions, and more. Now, here's your hosts, Nikki and Gabriel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Theme Park Duo podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Gabe.
And we are
the Theme Park Duo. We have another fun holiday-filled episode for everybody. This is another episode that comes pretty soon after our last holiday episode, which was all about Knott's Merry Farm. That was because if you didn't listen to the last one, we were sick for a good amount of time, so things just kind of got backed up. But we're back. We're here. We're talking the holidays, and it's a bunch of fun.
Yeah, so Gabe got to go to Universal Studios to check out all of their holiday goodness. I couldn't go. I was home watching the kiddo, but that's okay.
That's what life as parents are, splitting it up.
He brought me home treats and a popcorn bucket.
Yes, I did.
Which we'll get to that. It's so
He's
cute.
staring at us with one of his eyes. The other eye is wandering. I'm not quite sure where it's wandering.
Let's just leave them in suspense. We won't tell them what it is yet. But it's staring at us.
Yes, it is. Awkwardly. Holding a snowman. Yeah, but there's a ton to do at Universal Studios for the holidays, and that whole place is decked out. It's really, really fun. I got to go with our friend Nick from Mouse Vibes, so it was a really good time, just kind of taking the time to enjoy everything. There is a lot to do in terms of like meet and greets and foods to have and events to see and shows to see and things like that. So there's a good amount. So we'll try to break everything down, give you guys some hints and tips on like where to go, what to do, how soon to do things of that nature while we kind of talk about the event as a whole.
Yeah.
So let's start it off with what it all is in the first place. Universal Studios Hollywood is the perfect destination for creating new holiday traditions with the whole family. From November 26th through January 9th, enjoy Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where you can see Hogsmeade transformed with enchanting spirit, festive decor, and holiday-themed food, beverages, and entertainment. And experience the magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle, a holiday spectacular of dazzling light and magic. Spread the cheer and join in on the fun of Who-tacular festivals with the Grinch, Max, and Whoville with the return of Grinchmas. So those are the two biggest offerings for the holidays at Universal Studios Hollywood. It is Grinchmas and the holidays it is Christmas at the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
Those are the two biggest draws. There isn't a holiday layover, like It's a Small World gets a holiday makeover, or Haunted Mansion gets a makeover, things like that. There is no makeover for this.
Yeah, there's no Santa hats on the dinosaurs in Jurassic World.
Oh my god, that's a good idea.
That would be cool.
They just go, ho, 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 instead of roaring or something like that.
No, like literally it's exactly the same except they have Santa hats.
They should add a Santa beard to the Indominus Rex at the end of the ride.
Yeah.
You've been good boys and girls.
No, to the T-Rex that hovers over you so that it tickles you.
It tickles you as
you.
Someone's going to grab that beard as it goes down if they ever did that. What if, oh my god, this is a complete tangent.
We just started.
What if Indominus Rex was Krampus and then the T-Rex is Santa and he's like, ho ho no, when he stops them and they battle for Christmas at the end of the attraction.
Yes.
How epic is that?
I like
Not
that.
quite sure how that fits in with Jurassic World at all, but I mean, they should still do it.
Maybe that's how they went extinct in the first place.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are no holiday layovers for the rides, so they are all the rides you still know and love. You have Jurassic World, you have The Mummy, Transformers, Secret Life of Pets, things like that. So, of course, Forbidden Journey in the Wizarding World. So all those things are still the same.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of the decorations, the ambiance, the feeling, and all that kind of stuff when it comes to this park.
The food.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's a ton of food that's kind of scattered throughout the parks. It's almost like a food scavenger hunt, if you will, when it comes to trying to find the bits and pieces of the holiday food.
Okay, so first, let's talk the general decorations. Like, how do you feel as soon as you walk in the park and throughout the park? Not just the areas that are decorated, like the Whoville area and Hogsmeade, like everywhere else. How does it feel?
So as soon as you walk into the park, a lot of the entrance area is very traditional Christmas decorations, wreaths, garland, things like that. Very traditional Christmas music too. And as you kind of go further into the park, things kind of change based on the areas that you're in. So if you were to turn left over to Pet's Place, the decorations become a bit more fun. The music is changing a bit. The music is still very much like Illuminations style music.
Yeah.
There, it isn't like super Christmassy in terms of music, but they have some really fun decorations set up with the characters from Secret Life of Pets, and it's very cartoony. These like giant, almost semi 3D cutouts that move around a little bit. So like you'll have the big forgive me, I don't know the characters' names from the films, but the big brown furry dog.
Yeah.
Like he's sitting on a pile of presents with like a bow on his head and he looks all grumpy. And then Matt, I think his name is Max actually.
Yeah.
Max, the other dog that's with him, the smaller one, is popping in and out of a present.
Oh, cute.
Stuff. So there's a couple decorations like that. And if you keep going over to the Minions area, there's a Minion tree.
Aww.
Next to the orphanage. Is it the orphanage, right? The orphanage.
Think so.
Orphanage and the Minions restaurant next to the silly playland area. And it has ornaments that are just yellow round ornaments that have the Minions' faces on them. And then there's presents scattered throughout with like the kids' names on it from the films, and the houses have lights on them. There's lights everywhere.
Yeah.
But like during the day, you just can't see it. So when at night, it kind of feels like everything really transforms.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get down over to Jurassic World, there's a giant tree near the entrance of the attraction that actually has dinosaurs on it. So there's dinosaur ornaments on the giant tree in front of that. Now, I think they're missing out on the opportunity to have like fully themed trees for every attraction or every theme, because you have Minions and a few other things. But why is there no Transformers tree? It could be one of the metal trees.
Yeah.
Why is there no Mummy tree?
It could just be like car parts, like truck parts.
It can't be car parts. They could just take everything from Cars Land.
Yeah.
And just make it into a tree.
Yeah.
Do something like that, or like a Simpsons tree or something. I think that there's a lot of opportunity to expand on that, because that's something that you don't see in other places.
Yeah, very unique.
Very unique themed trees based on the attractions and the IPs that you have in the park. But I mean, like, they started it. Just finish it. You can go the last little bit.
Keep going.
And then in terms of music, when it comes to kind of throughout the park, you have scattered Christmas music, but on the escalator all the way down to the lower line, of course you're going to hear some of those more modern traditional Christmas songs, like from Mariah Carey and just things like that, stuff from movies, which is very fitting for Universal Studios Hollywood. So overall, like the themes and things are kind of widespread throughout the park, which is kind of nice because it isn't just traditional Christmas. Kind of gets into a little bit of the fun aspects of the decorations and things like that. So I really appreciated it.
Nice. Were there any characters dressed up for the holidays?
Yeah, there were. I mean, like outside of, the Grinch and Max and things like that, they have Shrek, who's wearing a very fancy, I think it was like a swamp-themed Christmas sweater.
Nice.
Hello Kitty was in her best, which is fantastic.
Of course. She has a dress for every occasion.
The Mystery Inc. gang, so Scooby, Shaggy, and all them, they were all wearing their winter clothes instead of just kind of like their traditional costumes from the cartoon. So they were more bundled up than they typically would be. Other than that, I didn't really see many other characters that had very distinctly different costumes on, but there was a few that were definitely decked out for the holidays.
Nice. That's cool. That's a nice touch.
It is. I mean, like, I think they could, once again, go even further, give everybody a little bit of a touch of Christmas or the holidays added.
Yeah.
Like, why not give Beetlejuice a Christmas hat or something? I don't know. It's your opportunity to kind of go crazy with it. Give him a Beetlejuice Christmas hat that fits Beetlejuice, so it'd be like black and white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just give Frankenstein's monster a scarf or something.
Oh my goodness, that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
And give Dracula some earmuffs.
Yeah.
Keep him all warm.
Or he could just walk around holding mistletoe and ask for kisses.
That's a really good idea. That's a really, really good idea. No, that's really funny.
Yeah, I like that idea. In my head, King Julian is dressed as an elf. I don't know why.
No, that makes a lot of sense. For some reason, in my mind, elves have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Like they're very, not flamboyant, but they're very loud.
Okay.
Kind of like me. So King Julian very much fits that description.
Yes, he does.
And then, like, the holidays wouldn't be done without food.
Of course.
And so Universal Studios has a ton of food in terms of the holidays and special offerings, things like that. I do have to say the one critique that I have is that it's really hard to figure out where they are.
Yeah.
Right now, they're not handing out park maps. So there is no, like, dedicated map that says you can find it here. When you go to the app isn't super user-friendly, so it's a little hard to navigate at times and figure out where's what and things like that.
Yeah.
Things aren't very obvious. Like, even with the times of the tree lighting or the Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle, the times for that, things are very hard to find.
Yeah.
So you just got to keep your eyes peeled or ask a team member where things are located. We have some stuff listed at themeparkduo.com, so if you're going to go and you're a little confused where things are, hopefully our article will actually help a little bit. But that is one slight critique, is that it was just, I kept asking, like, where do I find this item? Where do I find that item? Just because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, and some people might not even know what items are available and miss out.
Yeah, they may not even know because there is no pamphlet that they hand out saying, like, hey, here's the special foods and items that you could try.
Yeah.
Unless they're paying attention to when they go order food, which if they're going to some of the major places, there's not that many options at the bigger places.
Yeah.
So, like, if they're going to Krusty Burger, there aren't really any Christmas options at Krusty Burger.
Which is like normal stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's some at, like, the Mexican place up top, and there's a couple things down on the lower lot, but overall, I think it's kind of scattered, and it can be a little bit difficult to manage at times.
Yeah.
But overall, there is a ton that they're offering, so I'm going to list off some stuff here that they had. So they have the hot holiday turkey sandwich, the holiday turkey croissant, roast beef wrap, Max's 22-inch hot dog. So that's a thing. But
yeah.
it's essentially sounds very similar to the one that they had during Halloween Horror Nights that I got.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Turkey waffle stack, turkey leg feast, English holiday meal, spiked hot chocolate, hot pear cider, frozen holiday pear cider, mulled spiced wine, chocolate peppermint cake jars, holiday pinwheel cookies, mini donuts, star cookies, gingerbread cupcakes, and a lot more than that. But those are just some that we put on our article just as examples. I didn't try everything, obviously. I tried some stuff. The one that stood out the most to me, and it's no shot to anybody if you listen to the show, and it was the English holiday dinner that was or the English holiday meal, which was at Three Broomsticks in the Wizarding World.
Always great food there.
Super freaking good. I know Lee and Tracy from Unofficial Universal podcast, UUOP, they're probably like, that's not real English food, and I know. I get it.
It's just good.
It's just good. It's really good. It was a few pieces of carved turkey smothered in gravy with a sausage covered or wrapped in bacon with carrots and Brussels sprouts and then jam.
Nice.
It was very, very, very good. Very hearty. A lot to it. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for a meal that'll fill you up, this is definitely one of them. So this was one of the highlights for me. Then I tried the chocolate peppermint cake jar, which I brought.
Oh, that was very
I brought
good.
that home.
Yeah.
So if you like peppermint and you like peppermint candies, you'll like this a lot because it's that chocolatey cake that's actually very moist with frosting and then the crushed up peppermint candies in it. So it has a little bit of a crunch from that, which was very good. And
but
then
that's not the only peppermint flavor.
No,
there's other.
Well, actually, I got the other peppermint flavored thing, which was a hot chocolate spiked with peppermint schnapps here. So we got something very similar at Knott's Merry Farm.
Yeah.
But they offer some stuff like that here too.
Nice.
So that was the other thing I got.
The hot pear cider, you said. That sounded good.
Yeah, they have hot pear cider. They also have frozen pear cider.
Whoa.
So they have both. The frozen pear cider you could actually get the lower lot at Isla Nublar in front of Jurassic World. There you could also get the hot buttered rum.
Okay.
Those are two seasonal options down at Isla Nublar. Highly suggest going there just because Isla Nublar has really fantastic drinks. Mm-hmm. And don't doubt that these are two fantastic options that you can get. That sounds really, I mean, like out of the two, I'm not huge on frozen drinks, so I would probably try the hot buttered rum. That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah.
So those are the items that I tried. There's obviously a ton more. I mean, based on like what part of the park you're going, you're going to find different things. The Grinchmas has dedicated Grinchmas treats. Same thing with the Wizarding World. So if you want to go, spend some time just looking around at the food options that they have, because you might find something really fun and different that you wouldn't typically have next time you go to the park.
Yeah. So moving along, and he's still staring at me. Let's start talking.
Is he though? Is he?
Well, one of his eyes is. The brown eye.
I can't tell.
Well, okay, well, it's a popcorn bucket.
It's a Minion popcorn bucket,
and
with
he's
a
wearing
Christmas
a Santa hat, and he's holding a little snowman. He's so cute,
and his eyes move.
So let's talk about merch.
So this is one of the things that they had in the stores, and it was like you said, it's a popcorn bucket. So you can get him fill up. The back of his head opens up like you're giving him a lobotomy or something. Yeah. You put the popcorn in his head. So you can get him in the stores. There's also different drink containers you can get that are like holiday specific, that have like Santa on it and stuff like that. There's also these Pets Place themed buckets that almost kind of look like dog food treat containers almost, that you can put popcorn in as well. So they have all of that. And then it wouldn't be Christmas without a bunch of Grinch merch, and it's literally everywhere. You can't miss it because it's that very specific Grinch green.
Yep.
Everywhere.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But if you want to see a good chunk of it, they have it in the Grinchmas area that's in the Universal Plaza. There's a standee over there that has everything on it. They even have little Grinch ornaments of him standing there, so like the cartoon version, not the Jim Carrey version. Then they have pajamas, stuffed animals, necklaces, literally everything you can imagine is Grinch. So they have these adorable Grinch and Max stuffed animals that are like itty bitty. They're like little stuff, like short versions of themselves. You can put them together, put them under your tree or something.
Cute.
They're fantastic. They're really cute. I'm actually really mad I didn't get that.
Oh,
because I like them a lot. They would be, because on our under our TV here, we have our little entertainment unit. We have this runner that has Mickey and Minnie and Christmas stuff all over it, and we have our stuffed animal sitting there. They would go perfect right there.
They would.
Right in Stitch's lap. So maybe next time I go, I might pick that up because they're really adorable.
Okay.
So there's definitely a good amount of Grinchmas to kind of go around. There's also some general merch too. That's just kind of like Christmas Universal Studios stuff. There isn't a ton of it. They probably carry it in the main Universal Studios store that's on the upper lot in the entrance of the park. And there's also on the lower lot in the store that's right across the way from Jurassic World. I saw it there.
Okay.
Like right next to that pathway that goes to the bathrooms in the back.
Yeah.
Is right there in the entrance of that store. You can't miss it.
Okay. Is it like dated, like 2021 stuff? Or
some of it was. The other stuff just kind of said like general, like Merry Christmas at Universal Studios Hollywood type stuff. Okay. And I have a picture of it. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of it. Oh, here it is. Yes, I did take a picture of it. And it's loading, and it's loading, and it's loading. I have it on my phone because I wanted to have like references on my phone for pictures and things.
Where else would the picture be?
I don't know.
Your Polaroid?
Maybe. Who knows? Don't judge me. Yeah, it says Happy Holidays. So it's a white T-shirt with green sleeves and like a green neck lining.
It kind of looks like a camp shirt.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And it says Happy Holidays as an arch with a Christmas tree in the middle. And then the old school Universal Studios Hollywood logo, but in the Christmas color. So like red and green, I think, like that. Then they have the ornaments that say Universal Studios on the globe, but it's wearing a Santa hat.
Okay.
And then mugs. And there's another T-shirt that says Universal Studios in the middle with Christmas tree lights and snowflakes. And it says Happy Holidays on it.
That's cute.
Yeah, so there's a good amount of like general merch that isn't just Grinch. So if you're not feeling like Grinchy, you could always go for this stuff too. And there's some really cute Minion ornaments as well that you can get where they look like a gingerbread man or something like that. So there's a lot of really fun, cute stuff scattered throughout the park.
Okay, well, now I think it's time to talk about one of the two big things. So let's talk about Grinchmas.
Yeah, Grinchmas is definitely, for me, And I know that when we visited in years past, this is such a highlight of the visit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just because it's Grinch, it's because of all the different pieces of what makes Grinchmas special. And a big part of that for us when we've gone is the actors and the actresses who are playing Who's in Whoville.
100%.
And their interaction with people, their interaction with you, and kind of creating little moments that are unique and special so that when you leave, you have these unique memories that nobody else is going to have.
Yeah.
So, talking to the postman or talking to the mayor, which the mayor told me about all of his medals and most of them were about eating food, or Cindy Lou Who, things like that. So being able to have those little small moments with these characters is really special. It's really fun. And, I see a lot of kids smiling and laughing and just engaging with them. And I think that's one of the biggest compliments I give them is that they're so engaging. They take every opportunity to engage with guests and talk with them. It isn't just like hey, welcome to Whoville, woo! It's, hey, how are you? Welcome to the Whobilation. Have you had any food? What are you doing into there? Watch out for the Grinch. He's over there, but his dog Max is over there too. This whole thing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it.
They're really good at ad-libbing and just like getting a conversation flowing about literally anything. And it brings the whole area to life and it makes you feel like you really are in their town. It's
this energy. It's this buzzy energy in the air that they help create.
They're so good at what they do.
They're really, really good at it.
It really is the highlight.
Yeah, and so, and I know a lot of people like this. There's the meet and greet with Max and the Grinch. Like, if anything, that was probably the biggest draw of the day. Now, we didn't do the Grinch. We did do Max, so you get to meet Max, take a picture with Max, things like that. He gets treats, don't worry.
Yeah.
He's a happy pup.
He's happy.
I saw him on his break go back, get some treats and some pets and some hugs, and then he came back out. Happy dog. The Grinch had a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, no.
And that is just a lot. And the thing is that it's really misleading because the little queue that's next to it is super small.
Yeah.
But it's such a long wait. And the reason why is because it isn't just like, hey, how you doing? I'm the Grinch. Let's take a picture. Okay, bye.
He's talks to you.
He's spending a moment with you. He's not just there to take a picture and then leave. He's there to help create a memory.
Yeah.
And you make a very unique moment for you, which I think is cool. I mean, it's difficult because there's only one Grinch, one location, one small spot, one line, and either it's worth it for you or it's not. For me, not really. I know for you, not really either.
No. So I guess our old advice that we always give is still true. Get there early.
Get there early. If it's something that you were like, oh my God, I'm going to Universal Studios for the holidays, I need to get a picture with the Grinch, do not hesitate. Go get in line first thing in the morning because the line gets insane. And if you end up like waiting, you're like, oh, I'm going to go on a few rides first. And then you're going to like go back and get in the line and be disappointed that you're not going to get it because the line is so long. You're going to leave not happy.
Yeah.
You're going to be disappointed. So go there first. Huge, huge, huge tip. Go there first if that's what you want because it gets gnarly. It gets gnarly with how many people are in there. So I definitely would suggest doing that. It definitely deterred us. It definitely was like, oh yeah, I mean, like I'm not going to wait 2 hours for the Grinch. As much as I want to meet him, not really my speed. So,
yeah.
But aside from that, you also have food and drink there as well. So this is where I got my spiked hot chocolate, which, by the way, I wasn't told that the hot chocolate was peppermint because of a marshmallow.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that when I was drinking it, near the bottom, I got this globule of marshmallow, and I was so thrown off because not knowing that it was in there.
That is not a texture you want.
No, it was like boogers.
Yeah.
So I was like, what are boogers doing in my hot chocolate?
No, now that you mentioned that, I remember that from last year.
There was that, but also it happened like 5 years ago when we were at DCA, when we were meeting Olaf inside the soundstage where they made it all cold.
The white?
Remember the blue? The blue marshmallow that they placed in it.
Yeah.
It did the same thing because it was just what was left of the marshmallow that settled at the bottom of the cup. So that's inevitable with anything. It isn't just this thing. It's literally anytime a park uses a gigantic marshmallow that goes into the hot chocolate. So inevitable. So be aware that that's going to happen with the marshmallow. But that is where we got this. It was delicious. This is also where I got the cake in a jar.
Which was great.
Which was fantastic. Highly recommend that one. There's also, they have Grinch donuts, Grinch cookies, Grinch literally everything dessert-wise in the location. There's a couple food options too, but most of the food options are everywhere else. This is really more of like treat central.
Snacks,
This is where you get the treats. And you really can't miss it. There's like these huge colorful signs and TV signs that like change with the food options and pictures and things like that. So highly recommend if you're of age to get a spiked hot chocolate because it is a nice treat. As we said in another episode, it was like, ooh, drinking something I shouldn't be drinking.
Especially, it's been chilly. It's been chilly lately.
Oh my God, it was a chilly day when we went. It was almost like perfect because it was like chilly morning air, Christmas music, Christmas lights, and just it gets you in the mood when it's cold.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's hot, you're like, this ain't Christmas. This ain't the holidays. And once it gets really cold, you're like, ooh, it's the holidays.
Really cold, really California cold. So
California cold is like
50.
55 degrees.
Yeah.
But where we live, it's been like 40 to 36.
Yeah.
Like the lowest. And it's been really cold. That's
cold
super
for us, yeah.
Super duper cold for us. But enjoyable when you're at the park when you want it to be like Christmas time and just kind of soak up all that vibing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the last big thing when it comes to Grinchmas is the tree lighting. The tree lighting,
cool twisty tree.
Yes, the cool twisty Grinchy Whoville tree, which sits in the middle of the plaza. They do a tree lighting ceremony where they kind of reenact kind of some of the bigger moments from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. They don't reenact the entire thing. It was mainly, oh no, the Grinch stole Christmas. Oh, we're going to make him feel better. Oh, his heart grew 3 sizes. Oh, let's light the tree. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's a very much summarized, abridged version of the story. Very similar to how there was an abridged version of A Christmas Carol at Knott's Merry Farm.
Mm-hmm.
This is an abridged version because they're kind of telling it to everybody who's gathered there for the jubilation. And once the tree is lit, there you go. And it's really cute. It's very heartwarming. Just watching the Grinch kind of go through his Grinchiness and seeing the story kind of unfold, and the music and fake Snope and the tree and lights. It's just so bright and it's very cute.
Nice.
It hits all the right notes for me in terms of, a Christmas show and the emotions that you want to get out of it because, we've talked a lot before about the music being a big part of these experiences and how that kind of inevitably creates these moments for guests. I think that they do a very good job. And I think that if you don't like the Grinch, and if you don't like How the Grinch Stole Christmas, it might miss a beat for you a little bit. If that's not your thing, then it's just not gonna land. Because it's all How the Grinch Stole Christmas as opposed to how, Snow and Glow at Knott's, that is kind of just like general holiday Christmas.
Yeah.
There's nothing like IP about it. But you're coming to Universal Studios, so you're coming for IP. Like, that's kind of the point. So if you're not into that, may not be your thing, but there is another nighttime thing that they have not too far down the way that might be more your speed if you like Harry Potter.
And if you don't like Grinch or Harry Potter, what are you doing there?
It's exactly like those are the two biggest things, and you're like
standing there being
humbug,
miserable.
Humbug, I hate it all.
Just go ride Transformers again and stop being grumpy.
Look at the elevators and Transformers.
Yeah.
Look at the elevators. That'll make you happy. But yeah, no. So that is the tree lighting. I loved it a lot. I mean, like, I grew up watching The Grinch and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Even if it's not the Jim Carrey, Ron Howard version of it, it's still The Grinch.
Yeah.
It still is. You still get that vibe from it. So hearing the story, hearing the music, I loved every second of it. It's very special. I missed you a lot when I was when they were playing, because they play the happy Christmas music,
Yeah.
and like the happy Christmas music that I want to listen to when I'm with you, not with Nick. Sorry, Nick. Love you, bud.
Nick.
But not like I love my wife.
Nick, not Nikki.
Yeah, Nick, not Nikki.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, so I really enjoyed it. It was special. I liked it a lot. So if you like the Grinch, you're going to love it. You're going to love it hands down, no questions asked. So, moving on, we're going to be talking now about the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
This is my area.
Yeah, this is like your thing. And I mean,
love it.
not much has changed in terms of the decorations in the area since we've gone.
But it already looks very Christmassy to begin with.
Yeah, and it feels like the wintertime all the time.
There's snow on the rooftops already. So literally, all they got to do is throw up some garland and some wreaths, and boom, Christmas.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, they have a snowman. They usually have a snowman over by that last butterbeer cart.
No, they don't. That's Orlando. That's not us.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, Orlando has a snowman. We don't have a snowman.
We used to.
We don't have a snowman.
We used to.
We don't have a snowman.
Mister.
I was literally standing there, not moving, staring at that corner.
I believe
waiting for the Christmas show. There is no snowman.
I believe you smart Alec, that there is no snowman this year, but there used to be.
Maybe. I don't know. If anybody listening wants to help us dispute this, whether there was a snowman in Hollywood near the butterbeer cart towards the Hogwarts
like right
Castle.
next to the stage.
Yeah, like near the stage, if there was a snowman over there in that corner, let us know. But I don't personally remember there ever being one here in Hollywood.
Oh, you know what? I might be remembering it from
Orlando, like I said.
Well, because I kept thinking, I was never in Orlando during that time of year, but the very first time I went to Hogsmeade was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but the thing is that snowman is there year round.
Oh, really?
To my knowledge, because when we went in May.
Oh.
Wait, no, we didn't go in May. Sorry, we went to Disney World in May. We went to October. Why would it be there in October? And it was there in October. I have a picture of it.
Oh. Yeah, you know what, maybe.
So, I mean, like, I might be wrong. Because
I also might be wrong.
We're not from Orlando. We're not regulars. But when we're there in October, why would there be a Christmas snowman there in October?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I might be wrong. It might have been Orlando.
Maybe listeners could help us out with this one.
Well, anyway, back to what we were saying. It's Christmassy in Hogsmeade, and I love it.
It's very, very Christmassy. And each kind of store, based on like what they're selling, their garland is usually a little bit different. So like the candy store has like little bits of candy wrapped up in it, and then like the owlry has
like feathers
and letters and stuff in it, stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the shop where you get like your school uniforms and stuff is like the house colors.
So if you want to take a second to like look at the details of some of those Christmas decorations, it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It adds its own little charm to it. I like it.
And the thing that I do like, and I have to say about Wizarding World's decorations, is that it's subtle.
Yeah.
It's not over the top. It feels like something the people would do who live there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think that's intentional. I think that's why it's like that.
No, it's 100% intentional. I think it's a good way to go, because if you were to go over the top with Christmas inside the Wizarding World, it would feel very odd.
Yeah.
It would feel out of place. It would feel like a sore thumb. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that they go more subtle.
Yeah. Well, we already know your favorite food that you had, but is
English holiday meal. English holiday meal.
Is there any other
Put
holiday
it in my mouth.
treats?
I mean, like in terms of holiday treats, there wasn't like a ton of other like ones in the Wizarding World, but I mean, like, why wouldn't you get a hot butterbeer?
Yeah.
When it's cold outside, get a little bit of that holiday magic in there too over the Hogshead.
I didn't know Fireball was holiday magic.
Yes, it is. Only
Maybe
holiday
an
magic.
eggnog.
No. It's only in hot butterbeer.
Only in hot butterbeer.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Trust me.
It's okay in eggnog.
It's Christmas in your mouth.
Yes. No, it
Trust
is amazing.
me.
And we have said other times of the year when we have gotten it that it tastes like Christmas.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you're of age, try Fireball, or they call it Fire Whiskey there because it isn't just Fireball.
Yeah.
Might be a different brand.
Yeah.
But put that in your hot butterbeer. Also, if you want hot butterbeer, make sure you get there early if you're on there on a busy day, because they ran out when we were there.
No.
They ran out around like 3. So
wow.
But then again, I went on a Saturday.
Yeah, busy day.
It was nuts.
Yeah.
So it's a given.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I personally don't think there should be running out of hot butterbeer, but
no.
But
you plan better.
You plan better for a Saturday. But they did run out. So if you're there on a Saturday, you're there on a day that's really busy, make sure you plan ahead if you really want to get that hot butterbeer.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, not really much else in terms of like holiday food offerings other than like that one big thing. So
yeah.
At least that I know of, because
But it's not very well posted.
it's
So
not
it's like
super
you
well
said.
posted.
Yeah.
It was hard to find.
Yeah.
But I mean that holiday dinner is pretty freaking phenomenal, especially if you sit outside. Oh, huge tip. Massive tip. Biggest tip ever. Get your food, eat outside, eat at the furthest table imaginable closest to Hogwarts Castle, because at night, when they do the show, you can still see the projection from that seat.
Oh, nice.
And you hear everything.
Oh, so just to hunker down there and you're good.
So you have dinner and a meal, dinner and a show in the Wizarding World.
Nice.
Which is fantastic. And that show is phenomenal. So you have, it's obviously not the best angle you're going to get. You're going to see some stuff that you probably shouldn't see.
Yeah.
But you still get a good view of Hogwarts Castle.
And you're not fighting the crowds.
No, and we got to talk about this because the show is phenomenal. The show is second to none. It is pretty incredible. It's vibrant. It's crisp for projection. And hearing the John Williams music is just such a good Christmas show. I don't need fireworks. We've said that before.
Yeah.
With Universal projection shows in Hogwarts or on Hogwarts Castle. I don't need fireworks. Like, I'm fine without it because it's so damn good.
Yep.
It's so well done. The issue, and it isn't something that necessarily they could really do anything about, is how small of an area it is and how many people are trying to get in to see it.
Yeah.
So those first early shows are gnarly to get into, and they're doing their best to corral people and get people to go. So the first show, I think, was at 5:30 on a Saturday, which, by the way, ask team members what time the shows are at. Sometimes there's a scheduled show, and then there's an unscheduled show that happens before
practice show.
Yeah, like a practice show, if you will. So ask team members what time those happen. Same thing with the tree lighting. In the tree lighting in Grinchmas, there's a gigantic sign that you can't miss as soon as you enter Grinchmas. Like, it says the times for everything, the meet and greets, the tree lighting and everything. And there's also story time with
Cindy Lou
Who. So there's all that stuff. Can't miss it.
Yeah.
But the Wizarding World, I think you kind of have to ask, unless you can find it on the app. I couldn't find it on the app. So that first showing, they pretty much line everybody up on the right-hand side. And you know where that gigantic door is that typically in Orlando would like lead to Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure, and we had like nothing there? That whole side alley, they make everybody go up that way.
Oh.
And inwards. And then the main thoroughfare through Hogsmeade is the exit.
Okay.
So you're just kind of like waddling shoulder to shoulder with people slowly moving, trying to get to your spot.
Yikes.
And that's, at least I know that was when, that was like 15 minutes before. If I had showed up 30 minutes to 40 minutes before, I wouldn't have had to deal with that.
No, you would have just been loitering around.
I would have been able to sit down, enjoy my time, things like that. So, as always, big tip,
early.
Get there early. Don't deal with the crowds.
Or this show in particular, if you're going to be there till closing, wait a little while, right?
So I guess it really depends on like what benefits you the most, because if you want to see it a couple times, maybe go to the first showing and just linger for the next couple hours, because then you could see it a few times, because it happens every 30 minutes. So if you go to the first showing at 5:30, stay till 6:30, you're going to see it 3 times. So if you want to do that, if you're not like super keen on seeing it every single time, go to the later ones, because they inevitably are just slightly less packed than the first showings. Which I stayed from 5:30 to 6:30 because I needed to get videos of it and I needed to get pictures of it and a whole bunch of stuff. So just to cover it, I saw that, and progressively each show was less and less people. So the best spot, at least in my opinion, the 2 spots that you might want to pick out are either sitting on the steps of the stage in Hogsmeade, so the stage that's like right there next to, or right nearly in front of Hogwarts Castle, or standing literally underneath the pole, the street sign that says Hogwarts and Hogsmeade on it, right next to the arch. Those are 2 really phenomenal spots, because the projection show is on the castle. It's huge. You can't miss it. But these 2 spots are like really good angles. Really, really good angles. The first time we saw it, I was standing nearly against the wall near the back of that arch. It wasn't bad. It wasn't perfect, though, because a lot of people still had like their hands up in the air, like recording it and things like that. So a little bit disrupted view. But those two spots are really fantastic because when you're on the steps, you have to stand up. You're not sitting down. You have a slight bit of an edge on everybody because you're up like 3-4 inches because of the step. So those are my hints and tips with that. Also, just bring your patience.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be a given. Like, bring your patience to things like this because there's a lot of people trying to do the same thing. Everyone spent a whole long day at Universal Studios. People are tired. People are either grumpy, hungry, whatever it may be. Just bring your patience because it's going to help in the long run when it comes to like having to deal with crowds like that. Because even if you are patient, it's very trying when you're in a very big group like that. It could push some people over the edge. So just bring your patience, everybody. Team members are trying their hardest. People are trying to listen, things like that. Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's the big, like, out of everything that we've talked about on this episode, that is my hugest piece of advice, is to just go with the flow, be as patient as humanly possible. But once you do that and you finally get your spot, enjoy this show because I really do think that Universal Studios has something very special with these projection shows.
Oh, yeah. They're like our favorite things.
They're
so cool.
phenomenal. They're so well done. They hit emotional beats that I like to hit when it comes to like these big spectaculars. And it's just so fun to watch the castle transform. And it's not done in a way you're like, oh, I kind of have to suspend my sense of disbelief and stuff like that. Like, no, you don't have to because it looks that damn good.
Yeah.
Like, it's that good. It's not to the point where like the projection is like, oh, I don't know, I can still see the normal castle. No.
It's
like,
amazing.
It completely transforms. It's pretty cool.
It's like mind-blowing. So cool.
Now I just really hope that they bring back the other shows that they've done before.
Oh, yes.
Because remember the Halloween one they did? What was it? What was the name of it?
I don't remember. Dark Arts
at Hogwarts Castle with the freaking drones and everything. Oh my God, mind blowing. So hopefully they'll continue to do that. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing pluses to this show. Like if
drones.
they add the drones to it.
Drones.
Add drones to everything.
Drones for everything. Waterworld drones.
Literally every indoor ride. Drones. Drones for everything.
Yeah.
We actually don't have to add a drone to Secret Life of Pets because Snowball's attached to one. That's part of the storyline.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to strap myself to a drone.
Yeah.
This high-tech drone. That's part of the storyline. So, but overall, that's kind of like the general overview of the holidays at Universal Studios Hollywood. There's a lot to see, a lot to do, like I said. And you could easily spend a day just doing food.
Yeah.
Like there's a good amount of food there and kind of spending your time throughout the park, enjoying the ambiance and the vibe and having good food and drink and stuff like that. So if food is your thing, I'd definitely check this out. If you want to have like a cool once in a lifetime meet and greet almost with like the Grinch, definitely something you should check out. There's a lot of really fun stuff, and the holidays are just shouldn't be missed at the park.
Yeah,
so much fun.
I feel like this time of year more than any other, there's something for everyone at Universal.
Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights is hard because like that's very adult.
Yeah.
There isn't a ton of other celebrations. Like there's a short one for 4th of July, things like that. There's a few other things here and there sporadically, but like you're right. This is the biggest draw.
Yeah.
For the park other than Halloween Horror Nights. Yeah,
no, and I mean just like age range wise,
Yeah,
there's
no,
more
you're
for
totally right.
kids this time of year than for most other times, and it's if there's ever time to go to Universal with your whole family, this is it.
And the funny thing is that my brother got my parents tickets to go to Universal Studios. This is the first time they've gone since me, you, and them had gone when we were just dating.
Probably like 5 or 6 years.
No, this was like 7 years. 7 years almost. So they haven't been in a really long time. They loved all the rides, but they were talking about how much they loved Christmas too. Nice. They thought that the Whoville area was probably one of their favorites, but then they saw Wizarding World and they nearly went bonkers for it. So they loved everything about the Wizarding World, but they loved Christmas time there. And that's people who never really go.
Yeah.
Not theme park people. We're theme park people. We know this crap like the back of our hand, and we can talk about it for a good long time. My parents are not that at all.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
Cool.
A lot. So that kind of gives a little bit more testament to like the product that's actually being placed there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we could talk about it till the cows come home, but the general public, That's really where it matters.
Yeah.
And my parents are definitely the general public. And they really, really liked it. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
But definitely check out the holidays at Universal Studios Hollywood. Obviously, you could check out the website and find out more information about the events and dietary food restrictions with the food and things like that, if that's something that you need to do, that sort of thing. So definitely check it out. But that wraps up this this week's episode. It's the second episode of this week.
This
wraps up this episode. And unfortunately for everybody listening, if you are fans of the show, which hopefully you are fans if you're listening.
If you're listening.
And you're not fans, thanks. But unfortunately, the next episode of the show will be the last show of 2021. And we will be taking our short hiatus into February and then bringing back the show for season 6, which, good God, season 6. Every season I'm like, oh my God, another one. Craziness. So gonna have our last episode of the year lined up for you guys. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy that. And we'll take our little break, a well-deserved break. Mm-hmm. A well-deserved break. But yeah, and then also, if you guys haven't already, make sure you check out the show sponsor, DRNXMYTH. You can find their information in the episode description. You just click that little link that says buy drinks. And you could get freshly made cocktails delivered directly to your door. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you're following us on social media. You can follow us at Theme Park Duo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. But on TikTok, where we have a TikTok.
Oh, Gabe's going TikTok crazy.
It's the Theme Park Duo because they didn't have just regular Theme Park Duo. Apparently that was taken. I don't know.
Who out there is Theme Park Duo?
Who wants to get into a fight right now?
Hey, everybody.
I will put up a fisticuffs.
No, if there really is a Theme Park Duo account and they're just some like couple who like theme parks, don't go after them.
I don't think we have those types of fans. We're peaceful.
Just saying.
We're peaceful. I literally just said I would get into a fisticuffs.
Mom mentality. It just happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I would really hope that our people who listen to the show don't have
I'm just throwing it out there just in case.
Yes, true. But if you do want to follow us on TikTok, it's at the Theme Park Duo. And right now we already have like nearly 450 followers, which it's almost up 100 followers from the last time we've talked about it, which is the last 3 days. So that's absolutely bonkers. I try to post a lot. It's mostly me. I try to get Nikki involved every now and again, but when the ideas flow, and it's usually just me. So
whatever. It
is what it is. But if you want to see some ridiculous theme park nonsense on TikTok, check us out there. Super fun stuff. Then, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, things you want to hear in episodes next season, people you want us to talk to, maybe interviews for next season, if you have episode ideas, anything at all, questions, comments, concerns, you can direct them to our email, which is
themeparkduo@gmail.com. I almost thought you were about to steal my thunder.
No, I'm not going to steal your thunder. That's your thing.
I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm not you. I don't mess up stuff that we've done for 5 seasons. Okay, maybe I've done it a few times.
Yes, you have.
Okay, maybe a few times. Unwarranted attack.
What? I was like, where did that come from?
Let's not forget the intro that you've messed up so many times.
Oh, yeah, no.
But I do give you credit.
Panic.
Today you didn't mess it up.
I did not.
You did not.
I did
you
so
did not.
well.
But we still have an ending to get through. That you may or may not get through.
I've been doing a lot better recently in general.
True. You have. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But you have.
The ending always gets me because you're just talking and then all of a sudden you just
Boom,
talk
done,
into
go.
it. And if I'm not paying attention to you in that moment, I'm like, great big beautiful tomorrow.
Once again, based on the last conversation we had on the last episode, if we're recording a podcast, why are you not listening?
My mind wanders. Sometimes
How is your mind wandering when we're having an active conversation?
Because sometimes you just go on tangents and I just wait for it to end.
Go on them with me, baby. Go on them with me.
But, I don't know. I might see a butterfly.
We're recording inside at nighttime. When have you seen a butterfly when we've recorded?
Oh, in my mind.
Those are issues we might have to resolve off air.
You know what? I'm just trying to make excuses. Sometimes I zone out while you're talking, okay? Do you want me just to admit it?
Well, I mean, you've really admitted it already, so I mean, that's no shock.
Okay.
You just said it
blunt.
different words.
Yeah, because you're still attacking me.
Not attacking, more just addressing the elephant in the room.
Aggressively addressing.
Now I'm just imagining myself yelling at an elephant.
Okay,
Anyway, the last tangent.
themeparkduo@gmail.com.
Yes, you email us at themeparkduo@gmail.com. Exactly. .com.
That's why I say it, Gabe. That's why I say it, because I don't mess it up.
Okay, sure. I don't know what you're mad about.
Because you just came at me for messing stuff up, and then you messed up the email name immediately after. Do you not see the irony?
Sorry, I wasn't listening to you. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode's nonsense like every
Stay
other
tuned
episode.
to see if there is a next season.
Stay tuned. Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. Will there be another season? Who knows? They might just continually fight about the ending and mess-ups. Anyway, thank you everybody for enjoying this week's nonsense. And always remember, there's always a great big beautiful tomorrow. See ya. You didn't mess it up. Good job.
Thanks for riding with the theme park duo. Make sure to gather all your belongings before the end of the podcast. Bye-bye.